Okay, we are live. Welcome to another Funky Marketing show. Today it's only me, and I'm going to be answering your questions. Or if you don't have any questions, I have a few things to say. So let's just wait uh, till the stream informs everybody that we are live, and then we can go. Sorry if you're listening just to the audio, but it is what it is. If you are listening just to the audio, you will know that I have a new haircut and I bring back my old glasses. So it's all well. How are you guys? Where are you coming from? Just write me in the comments in the chat, and let's start talking about some B2B marketing and B2B business in general. Hmm? Let me check if we are live on LinkedIn. Some things are just taking time. Okay. Yes, we are. Nice. Okay, guys. So, a couple of things that I wanted to talk with you about today. First one is related to what we are doing as Funky Marketing, but also to what any of you working in B2B tech should be doing. So I realize that the times that we are living in, it's too much of everything. It's too much content. If you talk about just content in general, there's too many ads. There's too many companies doing the same things. Everybody has a podcast. Everybody has a blog. Everybody has an opinion about something. Everybody has all social media. Hello, Abraham. Welcome. Port Harcourt. Nice. So I should be visiting all those places one day, definitely. But everybody is doing the same thing, and everybody is trying to win in the same way. You know what happens when everybody is trying to do the same thing? It means that nobody gets to do it. Okay, nobody gets the results that they want out of it because they are doing the same things as everybody else, and it makes them not stand out, but it makes them actually infiltrate and just become one of many. And this is the biggest mistakes companies are making by just being willing to be just like somebody else, and it makes them be like vanilla meaning no feelings, no emotions, no visually different things, nothing, just like blended in. And that's not good. It's not good for anybody. I think what is happening right now, and it's something that we are talking about all the time, and it is, that some B2C moment are coming into B2B. And it's not like, okay, we can say using feelings, using emotions, using more humanity, but let's go deeper and let's see what it means. Okay, let's see what that actually means. um, like with digital, with all the media that are digital, with all the platforms, with internet, the world that we know has changed. I mean, some of you are probably too young to even remember the world without digital. Now it's in the first couple of years, actually 10 or 20 years of the internet, it's been enough just to be present online, and you would get results. But the things have changed, and it's not enough to simply just create a great product or a great service and publish it somewhere. The product itself or the service itself, it's not enough. Like, build it and they will come. These things it's not relevant anymore. Now I would say I can name it actually a bullshit, because it won't get you uh, what you want it to get. Today, customers want to know more of you, of just like a company. They are watching you as, I mean, you as a company. They are watching you as a multiple person organization, not as just, like this is a company, a building, not just as a company. They want to engage with you as with people working in a company, building the company, running the company, and relate to you on all the emotional levels. And that's why I think we are going into this relationship centric era where your success is no longer driven by what your product does, what your service does. It's driven by who you are as a brand. Like I'm working a lot with tech companies, SaaS or B2B tech companies, or any tech, edu tech or security companies, or any of other tech companies. And what is interesting to me is that not many of them realize that, like just building a product, it's okay, inciting by by up to the some point, because not every product is that exciting. Okay, it solves a specific problem that can be exciting for someone, but most of the products, especially technical problems, are not that exciting. And people that are building the products, they want to stand out for something, like just talking inside the company. So they want to stand for something, they want to be there for something, and they want their company to stand for something, because they will have an additional reason to work there. Yeah, okay, so they can go and work in some other company that, and they will keep building the tech over there as well, right? But if the company where they are also cares, I don't know, about environment, cares about people with disabilities, uh, does things inside the community that makes the whole city better by adding different installations or something like that, it's a whole different level, right? You feel the pride that you are working for that company. And it's the same if you look the company from outside. If you are a potential customer of the company, you can see actually, what they are building, the product and everything. But they're competitors as well, and they're also building more or less the same products today. Like there are lots of products with more or less the same features, and what differentiates them is the way they know the customers, the way they care about the things that their customers care, and if their customers can recognize themselves inside the specific value that the company is presenting. I mean, those are the things that go inside brand. Okay, so this is why you need to create the brand. And by doing the same things that everybody else is doing, you won't be able to do that. You will just be like everybody else, and you won't be able to stand out. Like as funky marketing, we have this, I would say, luck, because we have the name funky marketing, and it helps us, by it actually push us into the ways of trying to be different and to do things in a different way, to test more things, to experiment more things. This morning I was talking with Alexander from my team, and we come to the conclusion that we're not testing, we are not experimenting that much. And we are experimenting at least once in a month with something. So imagine that companies and like people recognize us as somebody who are experimenting with things. Imagine how little are other companies experimenting. Okay, it's even scary, if scary is the right way, but I think it is for this thing. So you need to experiment, you need to try out things to see what resonates with your audience. Sorry if you hear the sirens. uh, I just cannot influence that. um, so what you can do is you can be authentic in a way. Like, it's much harder to be like somebody else. Okay, it's easier to be yourself. And this is what you need to do. You need to start being more like yourself. And on the other hand, you need to try to get to know your customers on a much deeper level. What do I mean by that? I don't mean just on a business level. Like, what do they do as somebody who is, I don't know, like CMO in a B2B SaaS company? You need to know, okay, business part is something that is certain, but you need to know like who they are as people. Do they have a family? Do they care about specific things? Do they have some interest? If they have, what are those interests? Where do they go out to have fun? What do they do in their spare time? uh, you know, like, where do they go if they want to educate themselves? And from a business standpoint, like, how the decisions are being made, what's their daily job, how do they communicate with other departments, how do they communicate with other decision makers inside the company, what is their role in making the decision. Then you need to know also uh, all the other small little details. This is all, the only one example. You probably have multiple people inside the company that you want to reach out. Okay, remember, it's not a building, it's a people inside it. So the decision making is not happening only by one person. There is somebody on the bottom who is influencing the decision making process. There is somebody at the top who is making decision and also like influencing the decision making process. There is like the center of it, the person that you need, the person that will actually implement the thing or use the product that you have over there. So those are kind of the things that you need to know if you want to go and move on with it. And if you get to know your customers, if you get to know those things outside of the working things, then you can know where you can go creatively. Okay, because copywriting and visuals, so creative, is the thing that will allow you to be different. The thing that will allow you to present in a better way what your offer is, what your value is, what your culture is, and what your brand is. So to be able to get there, you need to go, not wait for the customers to come to you, you need to go to them. Netflix is doing that greatly with personalizing their approach, personalizing like what movies and what series you should watch. And they're not waiting for you to search for it to recommend it to you. They're sending you emails, they're sending you messages, they're telling you, okay, there is a new movie that you should watch it. They're telling you, okay, you watch these three films, these three movies, then another one is coming, you should watch it. Okay, so the people from your country, from your time zone, are watching these five series. Why don't you give it a try? Those kind of things. Airbnb works the same way. They are doing the same thing. They are personalizing your approach. So okay, you have been visiting this place, why don't you go and see, while you are in the area, why don't you visit another city, why don't you visit another interesting um, historic place, why don't you go and swim on that beach? Or if you are mountaineering, there is another top that's right here. Why don't you visit that place as well? While you're doing that, this is where you can stay. And by doing that, they are meeting their customers, like halfway. They're not waiting for them here while they are here, and nothing's happening in between. If the customers doesn't do anything, they stay here. But they going like to meet them halfway. And this is what B2B brands should be doing. They should get to know the customers on a deeper level, on a much deeper level, so they can go and use different creatives, different visuals, different strategies to actually uh, show them that they know who their customers are. They care about the same things. They care. There is much more over there than just than just a product, than just a service. And for the people working in those companies, like, they will show them, the company will show them as well, that that they care about something. They stand for something. Things happen in the US last year. Things happen here, like we had some earthquakes in the neighboring country in Croatia. Like, not many companies were involved in that and say, like, hey guys, are you okay? Like, showing that they care. Not many of them, not many companies were able to stand out and actually really do something meaningful, instead of just like adding some bullshit PR notes and those kind of things. No, you need to be real and you need to get personal. And to be able to get personal, you need to, you know, you need to do it on a personal level, not on a company level. So, as I told you, in we are living in this relationship-centric era, and in just beginning, where your success is no longer driven by what your product does, what you do as a service company, but who you are as a brand. And companies that do things right are the ones that create stories about who they are, about what they why they matter, and show how their products or services make people's life better. Okay, so it's not about the product, it's not about the features, it's how it solves the problem and how it makes someone's life better. They have a narrative, and it's not just like a brand promise. It's a narrative that is making the old way in which you are doing things much better, and it's giving you the new way of doing things, which will make not only your job better but your life better as well. And relationship centric era is all about telling your story with authenticity and presenting your company as something you're passionate about. It's all about creating a personal connection with your customers and forming like heartfelt relationship on every step of the way. Today, the way people are buying, it's not linear. It's not just a straight line. It's linear. So there's social media, there's small community on Discord, there's small community on Slack, there's another community in Facebook. There are friends in Messenger on WhatsApp, on Viber, that we can reach out to and ask for advice. And we need to create personal relationships with those people in each step of the way. Okay, so we need to be in that community. We need to be on those channels. We need to be in that on that event. We need to be where the people are and like create relationships with them. It's not just the way that it is right now. Can we just get their information and like somebody from sales team is gonna call them and try to sell them something? No, it's actually standing out from the chair and going to your customers, to your audience, talking with them, creating relationship with them, getting to know them, seeing what they like, what they dislike, show them what you dislike and what you like, so you can maybe find yourself somewhere, or you can realize that you are not the right fit and you can move on. Both of you, both sides. It's not just one side. And it's all about creating that personal connection with your customers and forming that um, heartfelt relationship. It's time to make a shift from transactional marketing to relationship marketing, from pushing out the same message over and over and over and over and over again, to building meaningful, authentic relationships with your audience. This is the way it should go. Having that in mind, we are building the new website and changing the way we are talking about things. We are changing the way it's not just demand gen. We are doing much more. We are actually doing the growth with everything that we are doing. So we're going to be focused on relationship centric era and how you and your company can achieve that, how you can make it happen. And because of that, we are, again, trying to do something else. I think you will love the new Funky Marketing website. We are focusing on the 50s. We are focusing on telling our message in a different way, totally different than what everybody else is doing, because I think what we are doing is different than everybody else. Like demand gen companies are focusing on SEO, the old school ones, and the new ones are focusing on advertising. We are somewhere in the middle. We mix organic, but when I say organic, I mean content distribution. Most of all, I think it's the most important part. But also, we use advertising to distribute content, to educate people in the right way, in the feed where they're actually consuming. We don't want to disturb their, what they are doing on the platform. We just want them where they are, to communicate with them in their words, and to kind of start creating relationship and see if if they have the problem that we are solving, and maybe together we can work on solving it, on solving that problem and taking things to the next level. And maybe if we solve their problem and they are satisfied, maybe we will start coming up with the new problems and solve them together with our customers, so creating even something new, not just making them buy from us. Think about all those things. Think about all those things. Let me know what you think. Or it's Nemanja at funkymarketing.net, or you can find me on LinkedIn, or you can find me in the comments just below this stream. Tell me what you think about it. Uh, let's talk. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them out now, or I will see them uh, a little bit later and respond to them. Uh, just another perspective. I think it's time for us to just change the perspective and get out of this sameness that is happening everywhere, and do the right thing for us, for our employees, for our customers, and for the environment around us. Thank you guys. Thanks for being here. Keep safe and keep it funky.